This girl had just given birth, but her own parents threw her out of the house. Carol soon found herself a new mother figure, Nora. At first, she thought life would get better. But Carol was obsessed with romance. After being abandoned by her ex-boyfriend, she quickly met another boy. They often went on dates, leaving all the responsibility of caring for the baby to Nora. She was so angry that she nearly lost control. Nora could not help complaining to Frances that Carol had no sense of responsibility as a mother. For such a long time, Carol had not even learned the simplest task of holding her baby properly, leaving the child crying all the time. Frances decided to help Nora. She personally taught Carol how to bathe the baby, but Carol showed impatience on her face. She did not want to understand the meaning behind the baby's cries, but Frances told her that a baby cried to communicate with its mother. These words made Carol feel a bit guilty. She began to realize she was not being a good mother. Meanwhile, Nora's dissatisfaction with Carol reached the breaking point. She could no longer stand Carol going out with men every day. Soon, Carol was kicked out. Fortunately, a welfare agency offered her a place to stay. Carol promised Frances that she would not get pregnant again. But only a few days later, she could not resist going on another date with her boyfriend, once again leaving the baby in Frances's care. When the head nurse learned of this, she told Frances not to waste her sympathy on someone like Carol. That night, the baby cried continuously, making it impossible for the nurses to sleep. While on her date, Carol told her boyfriend that she was pregnant again. But instead of supporting her, he broke up with her on the spot and pushed her out of the car. When she arrived at the hospital, it was nearly 3 in the morning. Instead of appreciating Frances's concern, she treated it as criticism and became furious. Frances noticed Carol scratching herself non-stop. Looking closer, she saw Carol's hands covered with rashes. Frances wanted to arrange a checkup, but Carol left the hospital with her child. Still worried, Frances returned the next day with a doctor. They knocked on Carol's door but received no answer. Inside, only the sound of a crying baby could be heard. They quickly forced the door open and found Carol collapsed on the floor. She was rushed to the hospital, where they received shocking news: Carol was pregnant again. That was why she often felt dizzy and nauseous. Realizing she could not hide it anymore, Carol finally confessed the truth to Frances. Her boyfriend had broken up with her because he discovered she was expecting again. After being deceived by 2 men in a row, Carol felt heartbroken. Yet she had no choice but to give birth to the child. But when the time for delivery came, an unexpected complication occurred.